Random memory that is not relevant to anything, but something I'd completely forgotten about until I was making my ramen today. And whoever invented this shit has probably saved more people from starvation than anybody in the history of humanity. Nobody knows his name. Ow, fuck, it's hot. God, what? I'm a goddamn moron. Fuck. Don't put it in a bowl, Cody. You just dirty an extra dish for no reason. Let's burn our fucking hands off. I grew up dirt poor. Like, just super fucking poor. It always annoys me when people say they grew up poor, but they actually grew up middle class. If you weren't worried every month that you were going to come home and your lights were going to be off, you didn't grow up poor. Just stop saying it. It's annoying. That said, I have an intimate relationship with ramen noodles. I bet I've had 200,000 packets in my life. Lived off these things for entire years of my existence. And when I was a kid, I called them ramen noodles. And the reason that I did that was because somebody in my school, in my class, was talking about them and called them ramen noodles. And it became an inside joke with the class that everybody just started calling them ramen noodles to make fun of the kid that called them that. The thing is, I wasn't part of that inside joke because I wasn't at school the day that it happened. So everyone, I thought I was mispronouncing it as ramen. Like, these kids unintentionally gaslighted the fuck out of me. So I just called them ramen noodles. And then one day, when I was a teenager, I was like, man, I could really go for some ramen. And the girl that I was dating was like, ramen? You mean ramen? And I was like, it's fucking ramen, you moron. It was very embarrassing to me. There's another thing that the fucking kids that I went to school with just fucked me up, dude. Another thing, I had only read the word acetaminophen my whole life. I never heard anybody say it. So I had a really bad headache one day, and I was at my mom's house, and I swear to God, every time, if I mention that I have a headache, she says, do you want some acetaminophen? Because that's what that's how it looks. Much of my embarrassment is rooted in language. And I think it's because I love words so much. That was particularly egregious, though. Again, there's no, like, moral to that or any learning lesson. There's no point to it at all. It just, like a random memory that I hadn't thought about in over a decade just randomly popped up in my head. Why does that happen? Why did my brain keep that? I don't know.
Actually, maybe there is. I think that, you know, we like to separate ourselves in terms of, like, when I was a kid versus when I became an adult. You kind of view them as separate entities. But oftentimes, I think that I still see through the scope of that kid that just felt alien and was ostracized because of it. I crack jokes about it a lot, but I was a pretty lonely child. Kids just didn't like me. I never got picked on much or anything. I had a safety net because I have a rather large family, and we were all known for being fucking nuts. So people didn't really fuck with me that much. But it was very hard for me to make friends. It's still very hard for me to make friends. And I get really bad social anxiety, especially in a group of people that I don't already know. And I think it's because the center of me is still that kid that tried to make friends and couldn't. And I just naturally assume that everyone's gonna hate me. I've never realized that before. I'm starting this, like, process of self-discovery. I'm really leaning into the things that I've tried to run away from, I guess. But a lot of it is just accepting that some epiphanies are empty. And that's just the way it is.
Okay, I believe I have something. I'm definitely feeling like I'm concussed slightly. The back of my head hurts. Isn't this how Bob Saget died? Didn't he fall or some shit? Hit his head? I sure am taking a lot of L's this week. Between my wallet getting stolen. All I was doing was walking to the mall, which is like 4 or 5 blocks away. Is maybe being a little overzealous with the speed of my steps because it's miserably fucking cold. I just hit a patch of ice and went down. What's stupid is I had my iPad on me and I went to protect the iPad because that's how I've been doing most of my edits. It's like a really important piece of what I do. I didn't even pay attention to where I was landing. Like the back of my head hit the embankment. Okay, here's what I got so far. I don't really trust my ears to mix it, so I guess it's alright. I've written worse songs when I was better looking. I really need my luck to change soon. Or I just need to stop being a fucking klutz, idiot, loser, piece of shit. It seems like a lot of work. On a real note, though, they say that if you start to feel really tired after you think you've had a concussion, to not go to sleep. But, like, it's normal to get tired eventually. How long do I have to stay up for? And, like, I'm too paranoid to look up the risks. If I look them up, I won't fall asleep. If I don't look them up, I won't fall asleep either.